What's happening, y'all? It's your boy Vor Army, and in today's video, y'all, we gotta talk about Batman's prep time, man. Batman's prep time. That's like probably one of the most popular topics, not just in DC, but basically like in any community out there when people wanna have their favorite character go up against Batman, man. You know what I'm saying? So Batman, we all know who he is, right? On the Mount Rushmore of superheroes, one of the greatest of all time, 100 overall talent, Hall of Fame talent, generational talent, whatever you want to call him. He's one of those guys. Batman is that guy. He is that guy. We all grew up with him. And one of the most popular things about Batman is his prep time abilities. When he has enough time to write down the strengths of his opponents, the weaknesses of his opponents, and he finally finds a way to defeat that opponent with all those things he has, he becomes a very broken individual, though for all the right reasons and for all the wrong reasons. So let's talk about his prep time ability. So this first came around in the Tower of Babel, which is like one of the greatest stories out there for all the right reasons and for all the wrong reasons, because so many people look at it for the wrong reasons. So in this story, we found out that Batman has contingency plans for all his homies and Wonder Woman, you know what I'm saying, on how to defeat them in case they ever go rogue, in case they ever get brainwashed, or in case a villain takes control of them. And Ra's al Ghul, who was doing some diabolical stuff in that story, was like, oh nah, Batman, you have all this stuff for me and I can use it freely? And he was like, bet, I'm gonna take all that stuff. And so Ra's al Ghul takes all those plans and he turns them on the Justice League members, and man, each one of them got cooked. Superman, Wonder Woman, The Flash, Wally West, Kyle Rayner, Aquaman, Martian Manhunter, Plastic Man, they all got cooked, man. Like Wally, he definitely got one of the worst ones, because the way Batman devised the Flash's weakness was the fact that he gets injected with like a needle and it gives him a seizure at superhuman speeds, bro. That is just twisted and messed up and evil, bro. That Batman actually came up with a weakness like that for the Flash Wally West. And so anyways, man, that was such a iconic story. And by the time the story finished, man, the Justice League members were like, nah, man, you have these stuff against us, man. Like, how can we trust you? And then meanwhile, some of the others like Wally, Kyle, Martian Manhunter, they were kind of like on board with what Batman did. Like, they understood why he did what he did, because they're like, we are broken individuals, you know what I'm saying? We are Hall of Fame talent, so I understand why he did this, but still, it was still a wild story. And so years later, people look at Batman's prep time as like, he's like a broken character. He's a godlike character that you should take seriously, because if he has enough time, he can defeat anybody. And it's like, no, it's not like that at all, bro. Like, even though Batman is a very smart character, man, some people out there overglaze his prep time way too much, to the point where people believe he can beat any character out there. They believe that he can beat, like, let's say Goku, Archie, Sonic, any character that is not just in DC, but like in Marvel Comics too. And people need to calm down with that a little bit, because like I said, Batman's one of the GOATs, but at the end of the day, he's a human, bro. He's a human. We've seen it countless times what happens, even with prep time at sometimes, when he faces off against another character, especially a broken character like The Flash, Barry Allen, Wally West, Superman, Wonder Woman, John Stewart, Hal Jordan, Kyle Rayner, whatever Green Lantern you want to talk about. He gets cooked every time. Like, let's talk about the time Wonder Woman folded him just like that. Even stepped on the homie's face. Like, you're not that guy. All right, calm down with your prep time. Like, people glaze your prep time, but not in my story. And she proceeded to humble Batman in that story, and not just Wonder Woman, but the Flash too. Wally has humbled him. Barry has humbled him. It's just crazy how some people glaze his prep time a lot, because the way Mark Waid wrote that story back then in the 2000s, he wrote it as a way to talk about like how Batman being so paranoid can be the downfall of not just him, but his friends and the surrounding area around him, how it can affect all that stuff with how paranoid he can be. But instead, what became so popular from that story was how if he has enough time to analyze his op or his friends, he can defeat anybody. And it's just not like that, bro. And it became even more popular with a Justice League Doom animated movie, in which it was the same premise, except for the fact that in that story it's Vandal Savage and not Ra's al Ghul like in the original comic. And then in that one, there's Barry Allen, Hal Jordan, Cyborg, and not no Wally West, Kyle Rayner, or Plastic Man. So it's really like cool though, like how Batman, if he does have enough time, there's like a high chance he can defeat somebody, but people glaze it way too much, man. Like, calm down, bro. And like, we all know this, bro. Ain't no way Batman is whooping like the Flash, Superman, Wonder Woman, Martian Manhunter, any broken character that I can name, Spectre, any of them head on. because like y'all need to keep him on his level, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, he's a human. And I know it's so cool to glaze his prep time, because you know, we humans, we're reading this story and we're seeing like a human Batman, even though he's done some broken stuff as a human in countless stories, animated movies, video games like Arkham City, where throughout that entire day and night he was doing crazy stuff while injected with that stuff from the Joker that was killing him throughout each part of the game. You know, people still like to glaze Batman like that because he's a human. We love seeing humans take down superhumans, right? Meta-humans all the time, but Batman, y'all need to calm down on him a little bit. Because if we put him against like characters from his hierarchy, like Black Panther, he's not whooping Black Panther, bro. I'm sorry, but he's not. Even like Daredevil will be a much better matchup for him. But like Superman, the Flash, and all of them, bro, unless he has like time to defeat them, which in most cases, even when he does, he still gets clapped a little bit, is wild. But you guys let me know your thoughts on Batman and his prep time down in the comments below. What do you think of it? Do you think it's glazed way too much, or do you think it's justified that people talk about his prep time in the right ways? Let me know down in the comments below. If y'all enjoyed this video, consider hitting the like button and subscribe to the channel. As always, I hope y'all continue having a nice week, and I'll catch y'all for the next video. Voro Army out.